It's day 5 of the stormy monsoon session. 2 controversial bills are to be tabled in the Rajya Sabha. These are private member bills and those are scenes right now. Live proceedings of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, and already you can see that the opposition is of course protesting. The opposition has been protesting on issues like inflation, like GST. Let's listen in.
Gita Vishwanathan.
Thank you, sir. Sir, in its 229 report, the Law Commission of India made recommendations on the need of division of the Supreme Court into a constitution bench at Delhi and session benches for 4 regions: Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata. It is also called for Supreme Court to consist of 2 divisions, namely constitutional division and legal division. And the judicial system in India is overloaded. As of May 22, sir, there were an overload of 4.7 crore pending cases. Out of them, 87.4% are pending in subordinate courts, 12.4% in high courts, while nearly 1 lakh...
My colleague Mosmi Singh is now joining me live from outside Parliament in Delhi. Mosmi, what is expected in Parliament today? We've seen that since Parliament commenced for the monsoon session on Monday, not much business has been transacted because there's been disruptions galore as far as both houses of Parliament are concerned.
Polumi, you've seen it all, how in the upper house and the lower house, the opposition has been up in arms. Earlier scattered and then united on a couple of fronts, and one of the primary fronts being inflation and GST, the other one being Agnipat as far as adjournment notices are concerned. And then we saw the Congress, upping the ante yesterday on the misuse of ED. The first week of the Parliament was a washout as far as business is concerned. Even today, the opposition parties protested outside in front of the Gandhi statue against GST and rising inflation. So clearly the battle lines are drawn, Polumi, and there has been no thaw as far as a consensus over discussion on these matters are concerned. The Congress pressing in that the entire business of the House should be suspended, and inflation and GST price rise should be discussed. The opposition, in fact, rallying on this issue together, but we've seen that the government or the chair has had a difficult time, transacting any business.
Right. Also, as far as opposition unity is concerned, Mosmi, how are you viewing these developments that have happened yesterday? For instance, of course, reports of cross-voting that happened from the opposition camp in favor of the NDA's nominee, Draupadi Murmu, who eventually won the contest to Raisina Hill. And then, of course, the TMC's decision to abstain from the vice presidential polls because Mamata Banerjee was not consulted when the opposition finalized on Margaret Alva's name.
Fissures running deep as far as the unity of the opposition is concerned, because earlier it was like a harakiri as far as the opposition unity matters, because after announcing Yashwant Sinha, we saw a complete tiredness in the opposition as far as his campaign is concerned. Then his campaign did have negative overtones with key allies in the opposition actually crossing over to the treasury benches or to the ruling party side, supporting Draupadi Murmu's candidature. And even, Congress members across states, the MLAs and the NCP members, we've seen a lot of cross-voting that is happening because of the trump card that the government played as far as supporting the first tribal candidate is concerned, women tribal candidate is concerned, follow me. And we will have to wait and see, because the initial round as far as the presidential polls, the vice presidential polls have had a very nerve-wracking and disruptive effect on the opposition unity. How that really turns out, because they've lost an opportunity, and now yet again the next week coming, we will have to see whether when the TMC comes back to the floor all in full strength, whether they do rally behind or with the Congress. because we didn't see them signing that letter that the oppositions wrote in
Right.
solidarity of Sonia Gandhi yesterday as far as misuse of agencies is concerned.
Right, right. Mosmi, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. Mosmi, of course, covering all the proceedings as they happen in Parliament.